This is New Mexico. I'm on I-40. Speed limit 75. As you can see, we have dropped the mountains. And a lot of brush. So, that's it. Alright, what am I on? Technically it's the 7th day. It's been 1 week, but I think I'm on day 8 because I'm starting on last Monday. So, day 8. Day 8, or day 7, let's go there. Day 7 was very good. I had a ride on the Grand Canyon. Beautiful, loved it. Got to take tons of pictures, posted everything to Facebook as I should every day, which is not always the case. And but I got the pictures posted, and I am in road, not on the rim of the canyon, but close enough. I mean, it was back ways, which is great because that's what all I could see was me accidentally falling, all the way down the Grand Canyon, which was clear screen. What? So anyway, whatever. So I'm glad it wasn't on the rim. I'm glad it was the way it was, and it was more through the actual top part of there, and I got great footage and everything. So that was great. It was a good ride. So then the other part, we keep going, I guess, right? So then, the second ride was Valley of the Gods Trail, and that was decent as well. Rocks, a little bit of rocks, and it was more like gravel, dirt. Kind of a clay-based, and obviously it was on top of a giant rock formation. So, good ride. A little bit bumpy. Not that I care, but it was a little bit bumpy. More on my ass than anything did I care. But it was inevitably a good ride. And then my last ride was in Durango, Colorado, and that was down by the river. It was flippin' cold by the river. We reached, that's why I sound nasally this morning. We were reaching temperatures of 46, 42 degrees. It was just cold. I don't know how else to explain that. So, but it was a great ride. A good 5 miles there. I got a good 5 miles on the Grand Canyon. I think it was actually closer to 6 or 7 miles. And at a 4 mile on Valley of the Kings Trail. So all in all, 9, my brain over 16. So it was a pretty good day. Pretty good day altogether. 16 miles bike riding and a lot of miles driving. Sorry, that's my alarm. So now I am moving on to Albuquerque, where I'll do the Del Paseo something or other. I don't remember off the top of my head, but that's okay. I'm on my way there. I'm going to ride that little bad boy, and then from there Amarillo, and I'm going to have to check around. It looks like there's a ride in Amarillo, but everybody is naysaying this TrailLink ride. They're saying it's in a bad area. It's covered in dirt, trash, and you're looking at construction and stuff. I don't know. I have no idea what it's all about till I actually get there. So I may actually ride the dirt trail, which I am not a fan of, as you probably should know by now, because I've fallen 3 times on dirt trails. So I am very leery about dirt and rock trails. I know I'm on a mountain bike. I know people expect people on a mountain bike to be able to do these mountain bikey things, but that's not me, man. Again, I'm going to say it for the 5,000th time. I'm 57 years old. I am not a kickster 12-year-old or 20-year-old who's been riding dirt bikes or riding, extreme biking their whole life. So that's just not me. I prefer the more leveled, more nice, even, and I don't care about elevation. I care more about the fact that you can ride on it and not worry about tire slipping, not worry about falling on your ass, etc. and so forth. And I think I told this story, but I'm going to say it again. I lost my bike when I was in 7th or 8th grade. It put me at 12 to 14, somewhere around there. I lost my bike, and until I bought my own bike at the age of 50, 52, I never had a bike. So you got to understand, I am in essence like a 7-year-old rider, okay? I know, in a 57-year-old body. So keep that in mind. Anyway, on to Albuquerque. I'm hoping this is a great day. My hair is fluffy-tastic. I didn't take a shower today because I just didn't feel like it. I'm going to run to Albuquerque, ride that out. Amarillo, ride that out. Run to Stillwater. See if I have time to ride that out. If I can ride Stillwater out, I'll do that. And then I'll hit the hotel. And then I'll hit I don't know. I'll decide if I hit the gym. I got to hit Planet Fitness tonight. It's upper body night, and it'll be a good idea for me to hit that. So that's the plan. That is day 8 right there in a nutshell. How good is it going to go? Well, we will see. But hopefully, and I'm going to try to link the voice recordings into my videos. Whether I use them, the whole videos, or whatever the case may be, I'm not sure. But it would be pretty awesome if I could have the video recordings and the videos going at the same time, because then you'd get like the vlog and you'd see me riding the bike. I thought that would be pretty cool, but we'll see what I can do. When I get home, I'll start editing it. I'm hoping to get the first one out by Saturday of this week. Hopefully, if everything goes well. Excuse me. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's that in a nutshell. Hopefully you're having.
Quarter mile. Use the right lane to take the ramp to US 550 South.
Hopefully you're having a great day, and continue to have a great day. And I will talk to you later. Bye now. Alright, I decided to do some general thoughts here, okay? Some general over-the-top thoughts. Like, for example, what was the best ride I've had so far? I have to say Grand Canyon. It's just absolutely beautiful. It was the coldest ride. Oh, okay. Best ride, I think, was Grand Canyon. Coldest ride, by far. Oh, it's a toss-up between Durango and Idaho. I'm going to say Idaho. Idaho was the coldest ride, I think. It was flippin' cold. It was like 42 degrees, and I think it was pretty close here in Durango, Colorado. The difference is I was in the mountains, and it was misty on the Idaho one. So now you got a little bit of wet and a little bit of a lot of cold. By the way, it was 34 degrees when I woke up this morning. So, and there was no heat in the room. I don't know how that works, but whatever. Anyway, okay, so that takes care of that. The best scenery I've had. Now that's a tough one. Anything to do with mountains is beautiful, but I will say the greenery in Montana blew me away. Absolutely gorgeous. I went up by Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. It was very nice. I went to Gillette, Wyoming. It was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. All of these places were gorgeous. But man, Montana and those mountains, even in Idaho, between those mountains, just gorgeous. Now, I will say, the mountains in Arizona and Colorado are a little bit different in color. Now, Colorado is still that greenish, but the mountains seem to be farther away from me. I'm going away from the mountains now because I'm going south. But anyway, in Arizona and Nevada, and those mountains are more like, to me, they look like dirt. I mean, they got like dirt colors. I don't know how else to put that. I love the different colors in them, the oranges and the yellows and the tans and the slight oranges and all the different colors in them. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. But Montana absolutely took my breath away. Grand Canyon took my breath away. Hoover Dam, another breathtaker. Mount Rushmore, I couldn't believe how big the heads were on Mount Rushmore. Humongous. Four Corners, it was nice. The people there were people there, and they had a bunch of teenagers, and of course, teenagers being teenagers, they wanted to be in the spotlight, so they're jumping in and jumping out and jumping in and jumping out, and it was very hard to get a picture of it. That was very annoying, but it is what it is. The mother was trying to make sure that everybody had their picture, so I'm not saying anything about this family. I'm just saying, it was a little hard to just get a picture standing in the center. So I took a picture of the whole thing, walked around, took all pictures of all of the writings, and that's what I did there. So best places, a lot of these places are great. The places that really tweaked at my heart the most was Navajo Nation. Seeing the people, the living conditions, and keep in mind, I don't know if people were living in the buildings, but these buildings were run down, missing windows and door. It just absolutely just tore at my heart. It's the one thing I take away from that area. They're very proud people, and I don't blame them 100%. And they're wonderful people, very helpful. The woman at the gas station who asked directions to the Valley of the Gods Trail, extremely helpful, a wonderful person. So, they were, I get a feeling that they're suspicious, and I don't blame them, but it is what it is. Anyway, moving on. Weirdest thing I found was there were a lot of Mexicans in Gillette, Wyoming. I don't get it. Gillette, Wyoming, to me, beautiful place. Don't get me wrong, beautiful place. People, wonderful people. Talked to a bunch of people, absolutely wonderful people. It just blew my mind that there were so many Mexicans there. Now, it might have been, maybe they're there for the farming season, maybe they're there for other reasons, I don't know. Could have been anything, really. I might have just seen a select few of them and thought, holy cow, it's a lot of Mexicans. I don't know. It just seemed like a lot to me, okay? Just saying out loud, it seemed like a lot. But everybody in Gillette, wonderful. The only places that kind of put me on nerve, put me on alert, was Seattle, obviously. I was very intimidated, I guess I could say, by Seattle. I was intimidated more by, it just doesn't feel friendly. It actually feels like, for lack of better terms, the East Coast. Now, I've been to Jersey. I haven't met a lot of people from Jersey, but I've driven to Jersey. I used to truck drive for 14 years over the road, and I never went out west. So this to me is all new country. But I've been to Jersey, I've been to Baltimore, I've been to New York, I've been Ohio, Indiana, Chicago, or Illinois, Wisconsin, obviously, Michigan. I've been to Kentucky, Tennessee. I've been through Louisiana, so Louisiana's a double for me. I've been to, I don't think I made it as far as Florida, North Carolina, or South Carolina at all. While I was trucking, and I didn't make out west, but I did quite a few states while trucking. So trust me, I know the differences when these people, the driving mentalities, and I compare everything to Jersey because here's why. When I'm going east on the toll road in Ohio, inevitably there will be a Jersey person that will pass me at 110 miles an hour, even though I'm doing 80. I am not kidding. Every damn time they're passing me at 110. I swear to you, they are. They have two driving speeds: stop and go. That's it. There is no other. Okay, I'm done talking about Jersey. Glock 9. If you're listening to this, nothing personal. I'm just telling you what I have seen personally. I have nothing against New Jersey. I have nothing against any people or humans whatsoever. I love you all. I really do. Everybody and everywhere. You guys are beautiful people. Okay, so don't take it wrong when I say some criticism towards people, places, things. It has nothing to do with individuals or anything else. It has everything to do with generalization. Okay. Generally speaking, New Jersey people seem to be a little on edge, and it's probably because they're so damn close to New York. I mean, yeah, let's be honest. But anyway, enough ranting. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I would love to go through. I already did awe-inspiring, best ride, worst ride. Yeah, worst ride. I don't know if I did worst ride. Worst ride for me, there were 3 of them to be exact. Minnesota was horrible. I fell. And it really wasn't that bad. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Excuse my French. I didn't know what I was doing. I know that wasn't French for those French people. I just say that. It's a saying. Anyway, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going. So that kind of takes away from it. You know what I mean? But anyway, Minnesota, anywhere I fell, I feel it was a failure. And then, so then South Dakota, originally I was going to go to the Badlands. Let me tell you, $95 to get in the Badlands, not what I consider a good time. Not for biking. I'm not going to spend 30 minutes at most in the Badlands and pay $95. I paid $35 to go to the Grand Canyon. I was okay with $35 for a Grand Canyon. Hills, I think, on a Black Hills Trail. And that damn near killed me. Now, I tried to get I tried to cut corners. I tried to make a shortcut through trees I should never be walking through. And all I could think of was ticks and other things. And yeah, I ended up going into this forest area. You'll see it on my coverage. I go into this forest area and I am working my way through and realize that I'm nowhere closer to where I thought I was. I turn around and then it takes me forever to get it was a pain in the ass, and honestly I didn't want to be there. I was like, I just want to be back in my car driving. I mean, there's some security in my car and driving, so and lastly was the trail in Nevada. Now, the footage that you're going to see, the footage that you saw of Nevada was not the original footage. The original footage never was taken. I think I double-clicked it and turned it off instead of turning it on, or I never turned it on. Whatever the case may be, I rode a trail. It was a beautiful trail. It really was. I loved it. It was a good time. There was one section in it that as you're going in one direction, there were 2 rocks in a perfectly set position that your tire would fit right in between, and it would try to throw you every time. I hit that the first time it tried to throw me. I managed not to get tossed, and I kept going. I turned around and I came back, and guess what? On the other side, exact same formation, I hit it and it tossed me. So those are the 3 rides that I was not impressed with, and the reason why I started looking for places that had more of flat land or concrete asphalt or even gravel compared to these big ass boulder shit that's out there. I didn't want nothing to do with that. So yeah, that's in a nutshell was so far the trip. So far remaining, I have, let's see, I have
Welcome to New Mexico.
hey, I'm in New Mexico. I have Albuquerque today, Albuquerque, Amarillo, Stillwater, Caney Lake, which is in Louisiana, Conway, Arkansas. I have I'm in the Ozark, not Everglades, Ozark in Missouri. Riding bike there, and then I am in Topeka, Kansas, and Lincoln, Nebraska, and then I drive up to Omaha or Dubuque, Iowa, and then I'm home. So that's my remaining few, and that'll do it for this vlog. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did, and there'll be more to be said later on. So hopefully you have a great day.
The Paseo del Bosque Trail in Albuquerque is a 16-mile paved path following the Rio Grande, primarily used for walking, biking, and equestrian activities. It was developed beginning in the 1970s and connects various parks, natural areas, and cultural centers within the city. The trail is a popular recreational resource showcasing the city's connection to the Rio Grande and its bosque, cottonwood forest.
Alright, good old AI. That's me. That is truly me. AI has cloned my voice, and it sounds a lot better than my actual voice, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of cool at the same time. Anyway, this is the real me, future me. It's like a month later as I'm editing this stuff. And I want to jump in and say I appreciate everybody watching these. Hopefully you're getting something out of them. I try to do a little history on each ride, just to kind of fill the time, if you will. And just to kind of go back to this day in my history. It was a good ride. It really was. Beautiful day. A little bit chilly, but otherwise great. I still can't get over the tank busters over there. I still don't know what those are. And over to the far right there, you see the people walking way over to the right. Beautiful ride. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the vlogs, but hey, thanks for watching. If you're enjoying any of this content at all, please subscribe, hit the like button, bell notification, throw some comments in there. All that helps, and I appreciate everything. So I will come back later. Bye.
Alright, update. Ran Del Paseo Boss King. I don't remember the name of it, but anyway, I think it is Boss King, or yeah, Boss King. Trail of the Boss King, something like that. Anyway, 5 miles. I am not feeling it today. And today's one of those days where I'm just not feeling it. My ass hurts and legs hurt. Just everything hurts. So it's gonna be a hell of a day. I don't get into Texas till Amarillo till 3:28 p.m. Central Time. I'm in Mountain Time now. It's 10:41, so technically it's 11 now. It's 3 hours and 46 minutes as of right now to get there. I don't know why. I'm just not. Today is just not my day. I'm just not feeling it. It might be because I got up too early. That could very well be. Could be because I'm just not feeling it. It might just be me, but I have never been a fan of sand and bits and pieces of grass. I really am not. So when I look around and I see nothing but hills and mountains of sand, and you know, this, I would definitely never live here personally. But people love it, and who am I to judge that? Just not my favorite. Montana? Oh, I'd love to live in Montana. It's beautiful. Idaho? I guess I'd live in Idaho. But, yeah. So, with that being said, not feeling it. I get over to Amarillo. I got a feeling that trail's going to be a pain in my ass. Anyway, so, like I said, not feeling it. If it takes me 4 hours to go from here to, or from Amarillo to Stillwater, I probably will go straight to the hotel. I can't fathom. I'm not gonna play around. I'm gonna get in, get some sleep. Ride in the morning. Maybe I can find a nice flat surface. Go a couple miles. 2 out, 2 back, maybe. Nothing major. Sorry. And then head down to Louisiana. Tonight when I'm in the hotel, I'm going to do some searching on Stillwater trails, from trail to rails, trail link, that's it. Trail link I'm going to check out on there to see if I can find anything decent in Stillwater, and then also in down south Louisiana, anyway, wherever it is. If there's any trails down there. If there are, I'll probably take the trail. Yeah, I'm yawning a lot, I know. Probably take the trail instead of the dirt path or whatever. I'm not sure what I'm riding for Louisiana. I'm almost to the point of thinking I was just going to ride the road, because I don't know if there was a clear marked trail down there. But with that being said, I'm going to keep hammering down. I'll get this day over with and start tomorrow hopefully feeling a little bit better. And yeah. Hopefully everything will work out for the better. So that's the update. I'll talk to you later.
These next photos are me driving from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Amarillo, Texas. There might be some Oklahoma in there. Not really sure. I was just trying to capture the moment as I was driving. And my first ride in Albuquerque, as I said in the vlogs, I just was not feeling it. I don't know why, but I was just kind of out. Maybe it was because, the whole hype was the Mount Rushmore, Hoover Dam, and Grand Canyon, and that was successful. And then it was like, okay, now I can, relax. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so we're driving along, and I have a actual West Side Amarillo, or West Side Texas Panhandle that I'm gonna put up here next. But I kind of want to show you a little bit of what I was seeing and what was going on. Looks pretty familiar. I mean, it kind of looks like North and South Dakota a little bit to me. But beautiful scenery. It was an okay ride. It wasn't my favorite, but it was an okay ride. It actually would have been a great ride, because you could take and just go for a long time on one of those, But yeah, so the next ride coming up will be Amarillo, and I'll be honest, a little foreshadowing, if you will. It's me going around in the parking lot like 4 times, because I didn't have an actual place to ride a bike in Amarillo. The place I was going to was a reserve, and it was like $5 to get in the reserve. There was nobody there. I don't carry cash. And As I'm walking up to the door, it says, by the way, rattlesnakes are our friends. They won't bother you if you don't bother them. I'm thinking, what? Yeah, no thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, bye-bye now. So I ended up riding around in their parking lot to justify the 23 states west of the Mississippi ride. It's kind of cheap, but it is what it is, and I got her done. There you go. Here we go. This is Texas. Well, at least the beginning, the west side of Texas. Now I'm in the Panhandle. I'm going to Amarillo. Just give you a heads up.
Amarillo was settled in the spring of 1887. The Fort Worth-Denver City Railroad was building diagonally across the Panhandle of Texas southeast to northwest. The Atchison, Topeka-Santa Fe northeast to southwest. At their intersection, somewhere south of the Canadian River, a great cattle shipping market was inevitable. Trail driving days were over. The Amarillo Business Center, which was originally called Ragtown, was laid out near the present intersection of Bowie and West 4th. Townsite promoters paid the state of Texas $1,280 for 640 acres of school land. The name Amarillo, which means yellow in Spanish, was probably chosen because of the color of the subsoil in nearby Amarillo Creek. In the early days, most houses were painted yellow in honor of the name. A county courthouse was built in 1888 of brick made from the Amarillo Creek. In 1889, the town began to move, mostly on wheels, to the Glidden-Sanborn addition a mile to the east. By 1910, the population of Amarillo had grown to 9,957. In 1913, Amarillo wrote its own charter as authorized that year by the Texas legislature. The charter was favored by 657 and opposed by 169 at the election on November 13th. Under this charter, Amarillo was the first city in the Southwest and the fifth in the United States to adopt the commission manager form of government. Gas was discovered in September 1918, 2 miles north of Amarillo in the Hapgood Well. This has grown to be the world's second largest gas field. Pipelines deliver panhandle gas as far away as the Atlantic seaboard, creating the world's largest natural gas development. Black Gold Petroleum was discovered on May 2, 1920 by Gulf Production Company on the Burke Burnett 6666 Ranch. Natural gas and petroleum found within an hour's drive of Amarillo gave rise to many of the city's major industries.
Now that was a summary of what was on Amarillo Chamber of Commerce's website. I kind of just spliced and diced it down so that I didn't bore the living daylights out of you. It's great history. Has a lot to do with cattle. At one point in time, there was so much cattle coming into Amarillo that they literally saw 50,000 per day coming into Amarillo. When the train came through and it started going through New Mexico, they grabbed that cattle and they ran it in. So they would grab it in prior to Amarillo, so that the cattle started to dwindle at that point because of the railroad. First passenger train came through Amarillo. Just a ton of history. It's a deep-rooted history for Amarillo. And I'll be honest, where I was, now I wasn't in city proper, but where I was, it was a pretty good looking, pretty decent looking area. There's nothing wrong with Amarillo. The problem I had was there were two places I could ride in Amarillo. One was Trail Links showed a place, and I did some some research on it. It said that there's nowhere to park. You have to park a ways from it, from the thing. It's dirty, it's filthy, it's not well kept, etc. and so forth. So I was like, no, I'm not riding that. And the second one was this reserve, and there was nobody there to take my money. I didn't have cash on me, and I didn't want to go in there and just ride around without their permission. So I said, okay, fine, I'll just ride outside of, in the parking lot. Cheesy as it is, it was a ride nonetheless in Amarillo. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the content. Just enjoy these pictures. These are Stillwater, Oklahoma, coming into Stillwater there. And yeah, that's going to be about it for this day. And I'm going to start working at 9. So have a great day.